What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of BTR Beyond the Ropes, the
Woo!
podcast. My name is Retro Relapse, aka Fernando, and with me, as always, on the ones and twos, holding it down as the BFF in the room, Randizzle, aka Randy. What it do, Randy, on Bell to Bell Thursday?
Thank you for looking at the screen. I thought you were gonna say Taco Thursday, tamale, whatever. But yes, we are bell to bell. And before we get into it, and before you go into a rant of whatever you're trying to come up in your head for this, I know you are. Make sure to follow and subscribe. Hit that little bell to get notified whenever we drop new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday on every platform you get your podcast needs, and of course at the socials at Beyond the Ropes Pod. What it do,
We
Jigaboo?
also would like to add to please tell your friends, help us push our followers on Facebook so we can go live on Facebook as well. Not just Twitch that we're doing now. YouTube's coming around the corner. But hey, man, to be live on socials of Instagram and Facebook, we need more followers. So please, we're almost there, getting to 100. Uh, we have a non-running bet with our producer Cody Russo, who has his sports little show that he keeps trying to rub in our face that we can't do it, but we know we can do it with you guys. So please tell your family and friends to just hit that follow, and it'll definitely help us out.
And we
And
definitely
Cody
appreciate it.
Russo can eat a fat one.
I hope you're watching, Cody. You can eat one. One fat one, apparently.
That's right, eat a fat one.
But today, we're talking about we did a little fantasy draft this past Tuesday. You want to watch back? Of course, you can watch it on Spotify, YouTube, or everywhere else. But
Fantasy Royal Rumble draft.
Fantasy Royal Rumble draft, because we're right around the corner. We are about 2 weeks away, the 31st, I believe.
31st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and it's going to be an early banger. We're Texas boys, so it's Central Time for us, 1 p.m. Central Time.
Man, so you can just barbecue and get blitzed early. Call it a
That
day.
is the plan, sir. That is the plan. Let's go.
I plan on going to your house and watching this live and in
And let's
person.
do it.
We might throw a
Well, be
little a follow along. We might throw a little follow along. Set up the tripod. Get that going.
be sure to bring a couple of dollar bills with you because every Royal Rumble, we get people together to come and watch because it's one of the best pay per views of the year by far. And we do it where we make the numbers 1 through 30, and you'll get, let's say there's 15 of us, so two numbers for $1. Your number could hit, and you can win some money. And we do it for the men's and for the women. So
And it is a blind draw, correct?
correct.
So
We
it's
we
the luck
we
of the
we just
draw.
we write the numbers down. We cut them in squares, fold them up, put them in the cup. You pick your numbers. You throw your money in the pot. Hey, man, that's some beer money right there, baby. Let's go.
That's some bear money. Hell yeah, it's nice, delicious beer. You know. Bitch.
I was going to say the alcoholism is kicking in, isn't
I,
it?
as you can see today, I'm out of my element. No drinks today.
Oh my god,
No drinks
you gotta go to the
today.
store.
No, I'm trying to ease back. Trying to ease back. Save them for special times like the Royal Rumble, where they're gonna flow like water.
Okay,
And I might be yelling at people. You think you're better than me?
okay.
Uh-uh.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
but
Oh
today,
man,
but
I
today
got
we get to
busy
follow
right
up.
now.
But today we get to follow up all the crazy things that are going on in WWE, AEW. Maybe throw a little TNA since they are about to make their debut tomorrow. Or no,
Man,
today. It's
let's
today. Today's the
yeah,
debut of
oh,
TNA.
days that no, I thought it was tomorrow. Oh,
No,
today's
it's
the day.
Thursday. Yeah. So,
Today's the day for TNA. Hey,
hey, what
what
do
do
you
you
say?
say?
I might lay by the bay,
I just may.
eat some hay. I don't know. So, yeah, we're gonna catch up. We've been talking about other things lately because the theme of this month is we don't know. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's happening in TNA right now. We're not watching it, but maybe Fern can put it in the background. I don't know. We'll see. What do you say? I just may.
I just may.
But
Okay. Keep vamping it up.
Yeah. So there's a lot of wrestling going on. WWE is wrapping up their holiday tour currently overseas. AEW just had a pretty vicious Maximum Carnage TV pay-per-view.
Hey, but before we get into like that stuff, we totally missed out on putting this out there that the World Championship on SmackDown, the WWE Championship changed hands. How
Yeah,
long has that been since that happened? That was on TV. That the one of the biggest prestigious titles in WWE history was changed in on TV.
the W and the crazy thing, you're right. The WWE Championship has not changed hands on TV since I think when the actual heavyweight championship, I don't think it's changed hands. Let me, we got all the world's information on our hands. Let me look it up because I am curious. When's the last time?
I want to say it's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. Uh, yeah,
Let's
man.
see. I'm looking it up.
That Drew and Cody match, three stages of hell. I don't know what the stages were,
What
but
was a
all I
regular
know.
match?
Really?
Yes, the first one was a regular match, literally a regular match.
Okay. Because I know the last match was a cage match, so I guess that was like the best part. But we also had who is it? Interference too.
So this is what popped up. One of the last times, mind you, was when Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar versus Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins versus Big E on the first episode of Monday Night Raw in 2022. Big E will walk out as WWE champion.
Oh wow.
That's the last time it happened on TV. So, wow, that's pretty wild there. That's been 3 years because it was around this time. The first episode of Monday Night Raw in 2022. Yeah, so 3 years since
Okay.
the last time it switched hands on television, not on a PLE.
Yeah.
And you know, sadly enough, unfortunately, Big E ain't wrestling right now. I don't think he might not be coming back after that neck
No, I
injury.
think he's pretty happy with the announcer gig that he's got going on. He's got a steady paycheck and his neck's not hurting, so I don't think he's going to come back as a wrestler.
I don't
He
think
may
he
have
have to risk
little,
it.
yeah, maybe little things, but I don't think he wants to get near a ring so that way you can easily fall and hurt yourself and hurt your neck, and I don't think he wants to do that. And you know what? Um, I'll have to check back over here in a little bit because our time it starts at 8 p.m. It has not started yet.
Interesting, interesting. Okay,
It has
okay.
not started yet. So,
They are
yeah,
in Dallas, so right, I believe.
yes, they are.
So
Yes, they are.
nice, old school, 8 p.m. That's old school. So it ends at 10,
And the 10.
and that's nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. Cool.
I'm glad I
Well,
was able to at least put it on the reminder there, so that way I know. Hey, man, I gotta.
definitely gotta check out the debut of TNA on AMC TV.
Hmm.
This is the first time outside of being on Spike TV, which is actually gonna be on national television. It's been on Access. You might be able to find it on your Roku or Samsung or Pluto channels on Access TV or whatever channel they have all those throwbacks and the live shows sometimes on Thursdays. But it's actually gonna be on a national broadcasted channel. So kudos to them. I saw something interesting that TNA, since we're talking about them,
Yeah.
has been calling out. I won't say calling out AEW, but they're saying they want to take the number two spot. And I think it's funny because you don't have that type of money to put the investment in it yet. But I'm wondering if we've been talking about this partnership with WWE and how much WWE is going to put into them. They're obviously going to loan them AJ Styles for the debut television show tonight. So I'm just curious to see what they're trying to do because TNA doesn't have long-term contracts. They have 6 month to a year contracts. They don't
There's
do
a
that.
possibility they can take the number two spot, honestly, because AEW isn't looking too hot right now as far as where they're going to be showing their show. And I think that's what TNA is trying to take advantage of. Right now, the wrestling's hot. You cannot take that away. The wrestling is hot, but if you're not able to see it on broadcast network TV or an app, you're screwed and your ratings go down because they're trying to keep up with WWE, who's on national television. Even though they're on Netflix, that's one thing. That's streaming, but they're still on TV with SmackDown. NXT still on TV.
On
So,
CW. Yeah, so they're on USA, CW. They already have two different platforms. They have Netflix, they have Tubi for the
mhm,
Evolve show. And of
right?
course, you have to have ESPN to watch the PLEs, and you have to have Peacock if you want to throw back on the library.
Mhm.
So they're covering their bases, and hopefully AEW. I don't know about this merger. They said it'll take about a year or 18 months, but I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where they're going to land. Has that been finalized on who's buying
It
who
has
out?
not. Netflix is about to throw a cash deal from last I read at Warner Brothers to take
So
so that way they can take it because they really want it. Paramount's fighting for it. Paramount is fighting for it to keep all that stuff that Warner Brother has, but Netflix really wants it. Hold on
Netflix
one.
and Netflix has that kind of fucking that money. Get out of here. Get on, get.
I have my daughter's cat that wants to go outside, but no one's outside, so we're not going to let the cat outside unless there's supervision because that one will climb the fence and take off, and God knows when we'll see that cat again. But my other cat is outside that can be chill and just on the porch. He's an older guy, so he doesn't really do much. But the young kitty cat wants to go outside, so I got a little squishy Power Ranger head that I threw at her. Like, hey man, get away from the door. I don't want to hear you bitching in the background. You want to go outside. Your mother took off to go be a floozy, so what are you gonna do? You want to go outside and play, but your mother's not home to let you go outside and play, and uh, grandma and grandpa ain't gonna fucking watch your ass. It's nighttime. Shut the fuck up. It's nighttime. Go to bed. Shut up. Go eat your catnip and roll around your catnip. Eat your treats and shut the fuck up. You're not going outside.
and,
Yeah,
and and you know what happened? It was morphin time.
that's right. I still have the. Do I still have the other one? I don't have it
You
handy. I
don't have
have
the
the
head.
morph.
You don't have the head, or do you have the morpher?
No, I threw the head. I have the morpher also, but I don't know where I put the morpher. Oh, here.
One more for the just in case.
She about to get this one next. That's right. Hmm.
But interesting play. Like you said, I mean, TNA might be taking advantage of the situation of being in a partnership and AEW not knowing where they're going to be homed at.
Yeah, because there's no TV channel that they're trying to shop with because they're content with TBS, TNT, but that's Warner Media. All that's going to go. So there's a possibility that that might not stay.
Let me ask you a hypothetical question because we don't know. Um, where would be an appropriate landing spot with the type of wrestling and the type of content they put out? Because they throw a lot of F bombs. There's a lot of blood on TV, which a lot of other broadcast stations will not broadcast. Where do you think they could land outside of a streaming service? If let's just say that Paramount doesn't win it and
Hmm.
Netflix does, and Netflix has conflicting issues with having WWE and AEW. And I don't know if that's a thing. It could be, but where would they land? Where could they land where they'd actually get some TV time because and the
Cable,
content because it could be what's the word? It could be watered down to WWE style where you can't be cussing and maybe that loses a little bit of the
they would
luster.
have to put some kind of, you know,
Paywall
uh,
or something like that.
what do they call it when a rating system? They would have to follow a rating system. So they could stay with a PG-13 rating system and still be on cable broadcasting network. It just depends on who's willing to take on a wrestling show in a prime time slot on a certain day, knowing that hopefully there's enough ad revenue to come in to keep everything afloat for the TV station that wants to show the show. As far as what TV station, that's a kick because I mean there's not a lot of cable TV left when you think about it. MTV is basically gone.
It
That
is
would have been
gone.
that would have been a nice home. Um, Spike TV doesn't exist anymore. AMC already took TNA. Your major broadcast companies don't want nothing to do with it. USA is still affiliated forever with WWE. I mean,
NBC is WWE for Saturday Night Main Event.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's still a major one that they wouldn't take off the bat. So I mean that's a hard sell. It really is. We'd have to look up TV stations to you know.
Do you think if they ended up landing on a major broadcast channel, that channel would make them kind of calm down and water it down a little bit, where there's not so much blood, there's not so much cuss words and fuck yous and all this stuff, and being risque as much as they do?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they will. I don't think Tony Khan will let someone dictate how he wants to show his product. So I would think that it would end up being on their own streaming service, just like he's got Ring of Honor.
Uh, and because of the wrestling landscape right now, with all these other streaming services that you have to have for WWE, do you think that would? I know it's be a major blow, but do you think they lose a good, fan base because of it?
I don't think so. AEW's hot, dude. They bring. There are a lot of okay. There are people that I know that watch AEW religiously now and don't touch WWE at all. Period. They don't watch. They don't care. They don't care to hear about it. They watch AEW only. And it's crazy because I know a handful of people that do, and that's just me. So imagine if there are other people out there. There's a lot of I've seen quite a few people at the indie shows that I've been to, the local ones here, that they don't care about what's on national TV. They'll put an ear out to it, but their focus is on the local they can get their hands on, and people follow the wrestlers. They chat along with them on the socials and stuff. They go to every show or try their hardest to go to every show. So I mean, being that AEW is more indie based, indie like, or they keep that freshness, they keep that uniqueness. There's a good chance that people will follow it and go along with it and pay $9.99 a month to watch AEW because I would be one of them, honestly.
That's fair. I think AEW's leg up on WWE is how loyal the fan base is. One, that's probably one of the
Hmm.
biggest things. Two, they allow their wrestlers, their stars, essentially go to different companies without regulations. Like they can be in New Japan, they can be in CMLL, they can be on Hog Wrestling, they can be in Major League Wrestling, they can be in GCW. They let them do signings and all these conventions. So I think that stuff keeps them fresh, and it keeps them in the. And we said it almost a year ago. Keeps it to the true wrestling fan, right? Because WWE has lost the family base, and yes, AEW is a little more aggressive, but the people who are watching wrestling with their kids were watching the Attitude Era.
Hmm.
So I think they're kind of okay with it. There's a lot worse things on TV. Watch Game of Thrones. That's pretty bad, but
Hmm.
it's there. So I'm just wondering. I'm almost positive they'll lose a little bit, but I think they'll gain more at the end as far as loyalty and diehards, rabid
The,
wrestling
the
fans.
the the rabid fans, man, for just wrestling period, dude. Like when you go to a show, we've been blessed to be able to go to the ones here in San Antonio. We've been to Austin. We've been to Corpus. Following AEW when they come around town, and we went to All In. Son of a bitch, dude. All In, dude. Fucking how many thousands of people? Like there's no way to say that AEW is gonna lose out if they're not on a major broadcasting company because nowadays it's 2026, dude. Like you're gonna find a way to watch it. You're gonna want to watch it. That's why it's that good. You want to keep following these people, and a lot of the wrestlers have such a big just by themselves have their own fan bases that they just got to reach out and be like, "Hey, we're here now. Come follow us here." And the word spreads like wildfire, dude.
I agree. You
Plus, your internet trolls need somewhere to look to talk shit to.
that too. I think that's a big fan base of AEW. Just people. It's silly, right? Because people like to talk shit about AEW, but you're still watching the product to talk shit about it, right? So they're still
Mhm.
winning. And at the end of the day, they're still winning. Like, oh
Yes, they are.
no, oh no, some guys said that we don't know how to wrestle and we have no storylines. Yeah, and that might be true in some instances, but
Hmm.
the wrestling's there. It's hard to argue the wrestling part of it. And I think maybe because AEW did have Elevate and Dark on YouTube, wouldn't it be a bad thing for YouTube to pick up a major wrestling company and then them
Hmm.
really have no regulation outside of politics and religion.
And trying to behead somebody.
Well, I don't know. Moxley likes to do stuff like that, so I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, we're on the babyface side of Moxley right now, so
That's true. That's true. So I mean, 2026 could be a very interesting year. Obviously, it's a hot year for just wrestling in general. We talked about TNA about to be a debut tonight at 8 p.m. Central on AMC. You obviously have wrestling for WWE Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and their Tubi show on Saturday, and then you have AEW Wednesday and Saturday. So I mean, outside of Sunday pay-per-views, we're stacked. We're stacked for damn near 7 days a
we're
week.
always stacked. So let's talk about some changes that are going on. Give me some changes, man. What have we been missing? Because apparently there's been some title movement as of late
I think we touched
in
on it earlier.
WWE.
We touched on it earlier. The biggest title changes: Drew McIntyre defeating Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed Championship on
Hmm.
SmackDown in Doofusdorf.
Hmm.
So
Right. Well, what's that? What's that one kid show with that Perry the Platypus and Doofenshmirtz?
the Fern,
Yeah, the Phineas and Ferb.
Finn for
Yes,
man.
I think of that scientist at Doofenshmirtz.
I was thinking of fucking Doofy from Scary Movie. 33,
Ah, Doofy.
33.
There he goes.
Bye, Sydney. Bye, Sydney.
Don't bother me when I'm cleaning my room. Scary movie. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the biggest changes outside of and that's a big one. I mean that's a big topper, but outside of Stephanie McCurry being hurt and Roxanne and fucking
You
Raquel
also had
Rodriguez,
Chelsea Green losing the Intercontinental Championship to
US
Julia.
champion, US
Oh,
championship.
no, I'm sorry, the U.S. Who has the Intercontinental? Oh,
Becky.
Becky. Becky, my bad. That's right.
She also lost it. Stephanie McCurry is almost seeming like she might be losing her belt soon to Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh, wait. Maxine Dupree lost the IC belt to Becky. You
That's
know,
three. That's three just right there. Oh, let's add fucking the Kabuki Warriors losing their tag team championships to
to Rhea and Io. To
Riho.
Rio. To Rio. Yeah. Yeah. There
Jesus.
you go. So we
That's
all. So right off the back, the women's scene changed.
yes. Three championships.
Okay. So let's go over their belts real quick. Men's IC belt was with Dom. He's injured.
hmm
United States men is with
Carmelo Hayes,
Carmelo Hayes.
who just won it not too long ago.
Not too long, a couple weeks ago. And then tag team on SmackDown is with the Wyatts.
The Wyatts. Uh-huh.
Tag team on Raw is with
The Usos.
who just recently won it.
Yeah.
And then you have women's IC who's with Becky,
Who
who
just
just
won it?
recently won it. And then you have the women's US who's with Julia, who just
Who just
recently
won
won it. And then you have women's championship on SmackDown is with Jade
Jade.
Cargill, who won it not that long ago. The women's heavyweight championship is with Stephanie Becker, who may be having to relinquish it if she's not ready to compete. And then the WWE Undisputed is now with Drew McIntyre, who just won it. And CM Punk still holds the heavyweight championship with,
Successfully defended it this past week against Braun.
and but he hasn't been holding it that long either.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, dude.
That's within a span of 2 months.
At least, yeah, for November to now.
Yeah, 2 3 months. Yeah,
Yeah, two
that's a
months.
short time. That's a quarter.
So, so why why do you think the random changes of champions this late in the game?
I think the biggest thing is we're clearly not gonna have a draft. We're not, right? So in turn, what you're doing is not only are you shaking up the people who are holding the belts to create new storylines, but you're also calling up NXT talent who can go after that
Yeah,
championship.
because now NXT lost their champion, so now they're having to put that on a
Ladder match, a
well, it's a ladder match, but what are they doing for they have to
tournament.
contend for the belt, so it's a tournament thing. Who else does tournaments? Let me
AEW
copy
all
your
day.
homework. Let me copy your homework.
when it works, man. You know, and
Yeah.
I think just like AEW and how they utilize tournaments to kind of put some shine on some wrestlers who maybe haven't been wrestling or been on these doing tags situations or group fights. In turn, NXT has a lot of talent, and a lot of their talent, what like one of a lot of their major talent has just left. Oba, Trick, Javon. That's three of the major players in just the men's division. So you have to kind of shake it up to kind of give maybe Ricky Starks, who doesn't currently have a belt, or Ricky Saints, and Ethan Page, even though he is the North American Championship champion, he still wants that heavyweight champion. So I'm just curious, like, and you got all these other stars who you might have seen here and there. I couldn't tell you their names specifically, but I know they're out there. That's the whole point of this system is the feeder system.
Mhm.
So I think that's the biggest reason why they've had these title changes to kind of shake things up a little bit, you know? Like how do you create new stories? By putting in new champions and giving other people an opportunity to fight against them, right?
Yeah.
Because it for a long time, we'll say Vince McMahon era, when the champion lost for a long time, they had a rematch clause. And then somewhere in between the later years of Vince McMahon's reign, he kind of took that off the table. It was you didn't get a rematch. You got it to the back of the line and you worked your way up unless you were super over or super high and you lost it because you were hurt or something. Then you're pretty close to the front. They still had other storylines going on, but you kind of were close to the front. But
Mhm.
now it is almost like if they need TV and they need something quick, the consolation prize is you get a rematch. But a lot of times is, hey, someone else in the story goes, hey, I've been after this championship. It's my turn. They might fight someone else first to get that opportunity, but they use that as a stepping stone to go move up and move up and move up until they get there. So that would be my hot take on it. What do you think? Why do you think they're doing this? Why do you think all those titles changed?
Oh damn! It was like 30 minutes. Are you done?
Shut the fuck up.
Why are they doing this? Because of AEW. That's why. A lot of the reasons why they're shaking shit up is because the competition is getting fierce. AEW wrestling is good. AEW wrestling is hot. AEW wrestling, and it's not because I'm a fucking mark for them. I love both shows. We're big fans of both shows. We both say it out there all the damn time. But you can't deny what's being put out there, what's being shown on TV, and what's getting people talking. Yeah, you can have some shitty matches and say, oh man, this show fucking sucks and blah blah blah. And you have your internet trolls saying whatever the fuck they want and people believe in the hype, but no matter what, you're gonna want to watch to see what's up. You can go on the computer, you can go in the sheets, you could go on SmackDownHotel.com. Oh my god. And look at all the fucking results of all the shows prior to. But if you're a true fucking fan, you're gonna watch because you want to watch the story happen. You want to watch what they've created and put out there to really solidify was that person right or wrong. You don't have to take our word for it. You know, you may think way otherwise, but the only way you're really gonna know and find out is if you actually fucking watch the product. And watching AEW right now is a big time fucking reason why WWE is trying to make some more changes happen because they know they're losing an uphill battle right now. And it sucks because they've been stale. WWE's been stale with their stories because they lost what? John Cena, one of their biggest fucking eh, thank you. We didn't lose him to death like we lost Hogan. That was age. But regardless, when you have bigger, older stars that are there and they decide to bow out and take their time out, if you're not ready by getting your next up and comers to get up towards that level, you're screwed, dude. So what do? You got to make last minute changes. You got to find new ways to get people to start paying attention to the product because people's attention spans, we talked about this, are dwindling because of fucking doom scrolling on your fucking phone and shit. So, do you really have something good out there? Why do you think they're trying to pick up like Javon Evans is someone who should be in AEW, not in WWE, but because you only have one person in the whole show that's doing flippy flashy, they're gonna rocket strap him. He's gonna go up, and I bring his name up only because of the fact that that's a new guy that's supposed to help bring in some oomph to a large roster of people that just They've been doing it too long or they've gone stale. So now what do you do? Let's start peppering in shit from the other show. Let's start copying the homework. It's kind of sad that they lost the Rascals because the Rascals were from TNA. They're a cohesive fucking high flyer group that went over to NXT but didn't get the bump up. Now they're all gone. There's four of them now. There used to be three. They added a fourth member, and now they're all going to AEW that just got signed. It's sad because now they may not get lost in the realm of things because now there's a lot of tag teams and groups and stuff, but they're gonna get some good TV time, and WWE screwed the ball on that one. That's just as an example. But if you're gonna keep copying the homework, you gotta have stuff that's going on. But I bring up that subject and that reason why is have you noticed without being dumbass racist Fernando that they're trying to push up more black wrestlers? Who has a strong, dominant presence of black wrestlers in their company right now? AEW, Swerve Strickland, uh,
Hobbs.
Swerve Strickland, the Hurt Syndicate. Um, there's you have Skyflight. So they're giving more of a push right now. But I said that, and the reason why I said hold on Hobbs is because Hobbs' contract is up. Hobbs is no longer with AEW. That one just came out. He was and was currently, and not at the moment, spoiler, trios champion anymore. He was trios champion with the Ops, Samoa Joe, uh,
Shibata.
Shibata, Powerhouse Hobbs. As of Wednesday, as of yesterday, his contract is up. So guess what? He's WWE bound. He
Royal
did not
Rumble?
resign.
Is he the return?
We might see him before Royal Rumble, but I'm pretty sure Royal Rumble that's a surprise because he Tony Khan offered him a boatload of money and he said no.
That only means one thing. You're out of wrestling or your eyes are already set somewhere else.
Correct. And I don't think he's going to go to TNA
I don't think it's TNA. I
because
don't think he's TNA bound. No.
TNA bound would be you're making the same money in AEW, maybe a little bit less. Who knows? But yeah, I think the plan was to go over there because that's also one of Cody's boys.
That's true. That's true.
Cody got close with him. Uh, and I only say this from stuff that I've seen online through a lot of the videos that they put out there and stuff. Uh, BTE being the elite, they have a lot of that stuff. Did you see a lot of the background shenanigans and little skits and stuff they put together? They're uh yeah, definitely in cahoots. So it's who else was over there? Ricky Starks, that's a buddy of his. Jay Cargill, that they're also friends. You
Ethan
know,
Page,
Ethan Page, yes, that was also on the list
Sean
too.
Spears.
They're buddies too. So, oh yeah, slowly but surely, they're gonna start pulling a lot of the heavier talent or hotter talent out of AEW, only because that's always been a dream goal for a lot of people. Think about the Lucha Brothers. They started off as kids doing hurricanranas in the street lights when you're waiting at the street to go when you're at a stoplight and people come up to you and beg for change. No, they do a little skit of hurricanranas and then beg for change because they have it timed down before the light turns green and hopefully get a tip out of you so they can fucking eat that night to now being big WWE fucking superstars. But thank you AEW for putting them on a TV screen because if they weren't on a TV screen, we wouldn't have fucking known.
Yeah, and they made a big splash in Mexico. They had a little stint in TNA, but AEW was the big platform they needed to get to the next level. Wherever they obviously had a dream to go was WWE.
You did.
All right, so and don't get me wrong, like for a long, we talked about this for years. For a long time, there was only one company. 6 years up until 6 years ago, there was only
Seven.
one major company. That
Yes.
that was the ultimate dream. And anyone who says, "Oh, I'd never want to go to WWE," is
It's full
fucking
of
full of
shit.
shit. No matter how shit, Kenny Omega was in WWE. The Young Bucks were in WWE. They did
Yes,
dark
they were.
matches. They did all that stuff, but they were in WWE. So I think to your point of AEW having that type of wrestling and WWE having to compete with it, it is true. But at the same token, AEW there have been a lot of title changes as well. Some that we're super happy about and some that we are very disappointed with, you know.
Hmm.
So I think it just plays hand in hand because you do need something fresh, you need something new, and maybe that's why. Speaking out about Hobbs leaving, Hobbs' contract ran out yesterday. Maybe that's why they brought Hook back to the fucking ops, so they would never skip a beat and they can still hold that trios championship. You know,
Yep.
it all plays a big part on how things are done, and regardless if people say that they're not competition or they are competition or people are scared or you're scared, wrestling's wrestling, man, and you need to stay fresh because the attention span is short. And look at Fern, he's just out of it right now. Looking at the new TNA intro, so there's a lot going on. Oh, what do you know? There's a first video package for TNA on AMC. Woo! And they got the system, they got Moose, they got Macklin.
Oh, is it okay?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. Well, look at that. That's
This is happening live right now.
yes,
The
sir.
debut.
It's a pretty good package right there. Not gonna lie. Just with no context.
I see a lot of former WWE superstars there.
Yep. I think that's the crazy part. It's just the way that they're able to change the fat of the land of everything that's going on. That the ones that couldn't make it in WWE or didn't want to go AEW bound, just they have a home. Just like NWA has a home for a lot of indie wrestlers as well that want a different direction instead of just these kind of programs.
Thursday Night Impact. Are they in
Uh,
Dallas, right?
they are the Curtis Caldwell Center, Dallas,
In
Texas,
Texas.
baby.
And
Yeah, I was
AEW was in Phoenix, but they should be in Dallas this. They were in Texas all this week, right? They were in Arlington, or they're coming back to Arlington at least. Oh, look what they started off with.
AJ Styles.
There's a WWE. Here's the partnership live and in color right there. The partnership with
Yep.
WWE. We're live, pal.
They
We're
said
go-
there's a possibility that AJ Styles will wrestle a match in TNA before he retires.
I think so. Why not, dude? That's what made him.
Hmm.
I gave him the platform to be who he is when he transformed himself in New Japan.
Yep. Oh, and he's coming out old school black and white. When he used to pull that fucking this the when he did his no one stint, that was pretty cool.
The Lone Wolf.
Yep. After he had his whole thing, after the whole Aces dates debacle and all that kind of stuff. Yep. So yeah, there you go.
There you
There
go.
was where did I remember seeing this? Let me see if I can pull this up or see what's up here. There was something for Ring of Honor. I was reading one with Athena. She is CEO and in charge of matchmaking for a what is it? A company. I can't. Oh man, I can't find it now. I think I remember seeing it on Facebook. She's going to team up with Tony Khan, and they're going to do a global wars between that company that she works with and Ring of Honor, and
Nice.
have matches and stuff like that. So,
Hey, that's one thing no one can take away from Tony Khan. He knows how to create great partnerships with other wrestling, whether
hmm,
it's indies or nationals like New Japan and CMLL. Like he knows what he's doing, man. That's how you keep things fresh. And WWE finally has someone they can partner with, and it's TNA.
yep.
So Now more so than ever, now that they're on national television. It's a win-win.
Yes, it is.
Because guess what? WWE's on AMC. There it is. With AJ Styles there, that's WWE, regardless of where he came from, TNA, New Japan. That's WWE guy right there.
Who? AJ
AJ
Styles?
Styles, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
That was his dream also, was to make it to the big time. And I mean, obviously he got it when he uh got to fight John Cena when he was going after the belt after him, you know?
yeah, he made his debut in the Royal Rumble coming up.
Mhm.
What was it, 2015, 20 something?
2015, 2016, yeah. Still trying to find. No, there's no. I have to find that one on Facebook again. That was a pretty good read on that one.
With Athena.
Yes.
Did you see Sasha Banks training in the hybrid school in San Antonio?
Yes. Not as of late, but she has
Yeah,
already.
has before, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. She's come over here. Bailey's come over here. Shoot, I forgot who else they brought over here. They brought somebody else over here also. But yeah, they've been yeah, they'll come here to San Antonio and come and hang out, and yeah, they'll do that over there at Hybrid.
That's cool. Yeah, I saw some video of it. I was like, oh, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They have another package.
I guess more.
Just getting the fan base, starting to set it
Mhm.
up.
For those that have been watching and those that are new to the product, this is what we're offering, and this is what Thursdays are going to be all about.
They even have an AMC flag there and
Hmm.
TNA.
Yep.
How cool is that to make your national television debut in Texas? It only makes sense because Texas loves them some wrestling.
Hmm.
That's why A and AEW fucking does residencies here in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that guy. Who wants to walk with Elijah?
Uh-huh. WWE stands for Walk with Elijah.
It
Well, it was Elias, but
was
yeah.
Elias, yes. That's what's
Yeah.
up, man.
Uh,
TNA. I'm curious to see you. Are those the Hardy Boys? Oh, start off hot. You have AJ Styles and the Hardy Boys with Elijah. Dun, 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 dun. It's morphin' time.
yeah, that Gideon got it that time. He got the. Are they actually playing their song? The Guitar Slayer, Justin Lyons. I guess so. It just looks like he's pulling
Sack,
a
Kerry
Kirk
King.
Hammett. It
I
looks
was
like he's
like,
pulling a Kirk Hammett and just hitting the wall pedal.
I figured that was Kerry King just randomly strumming notes and saying it was a fucking
No,
solo.
no, Gary King. Oh yeah, he does the same thing with the wall pedal too. So yeah, no, you're right. No, you're right.
Oh, look, two guys who used to be in WWE is also.
Yep. Well, I mean, when you one man's trash is another man's treasure, right?
That's right. That's right. And it's very evident with WWE, AEW, TNA. I mean, that's the best part of wrestling now is there's a home for these wrestlers somewhere to continue to live out their dreams and work and entertain all of us, you know?
Yeah, big time.
Man, I'm curious to see what happens because this is their debut. They're going up against they found a and that's a good spot for them. Thursday night wasn't really much wrestling outside of Ring of Honor that you had to pay for an app, which I know a lot of people weren't okay with because Ring of Honor is like, I don't think if NXT you had to pay for NXT, I don't think people would do it. You know,
Hmm.
I think their advantage was their WWE product. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But you want to talk a little bit about AEW because there also have been some title changes. You want to run through those?
Go right ahead.
Well,
Who? What title change are we talking about? What
you
title
have
change?
MJF, Willow, Mox. He just won those titles.
Yeah, all that happened at the end of the year. Yeah,
That's what I'm
right at
saying.
the end
Like,
of the year.
so it's
World's End.
right at the shakeup. That's
Yep.
lots, a lot, a
Yep.
lot. You had the
And yeah, and
debut of the women's tag team belts as well.
uh
FTR recaptured the titles also.
yeah. And yeah, it was TNA, I mean TNA, AEW was due for a shakeup per se. They were due for some new blood, holding some of the new titles because hey, you want to keep things fresh over there. You want to keep eyes on it, and you don't want stale stories to get stale. And you know who's better at chasing or who's better at doing something or what compared to just someone just holding the title. You know.
Yeah, MJF is a perfect person to start your year with as a new champion because, well, I think he in AEW he can really be your go-to guy because he doesn't have bad matches with anybody. He can change his style. He had a great match yesterday with Bandito, who is a luchador. He's had bangers with uh, Daniel Bryan or Bryan
Mhm.
Danielson. He's had great matches with Hangman, Samoa Joe. Like that guy's a fucking first ballot Hall of Famer for AEW right now. So you got a lot of mix up there as well. So there's a lot of things going on. I mean, your favorite wrestler Willow won that championship off of Mercedes Moné,
Mhm.
right? Which is a big disappointment to many wrestling fans.
Yep.
I know us two for sure, and probably your whole household.
You damn right.
And then her being a double champion, being the inaugural women's AEW tag team champs with Harley Cameron. Again, another interesting take on who the championship should be. I don't know. Like I think that's where Tony Khan is dropping the ball as far as the women because I think other women should have had that opportunity. But I get the logic. We talked about it. They are TV friendly. They are TV ready. You know.
Yeah.
So, did you happen a chance to watch Maximum Carnage yesterday?
I did get to see some of the matches that were on there. Let me see if I can pull up the list here from the SmackDownHotel.com. Oh my God!
SmackDown.
Look, someone's fucking graduating. Oh, that's not part of the. I thought that was part of the show. Uh, okay, never mind. Let me see here. AEW shows. That's not a pay per view. All the content on the pay per view. So let's see what's up. AEW
Is that
Dynamite.
Ric Flair on TV selling insurance
Ric
or life
Flair
insurance?
on CarShield.com. So some of the matches
Woo!
yesterday for Dynamite Maximum Carnage, Darby Allen versus Pac, and that was a banger of a match. Darby Allen did come out victorious. He defeated Pac with a Scorpion Death Lock in the middle of the ring.
What?
So he made him tap out in the middle of the ring. You
Interesting.
had
They had an interesting fucking spot where Pac suplexed him onto the steel chair or the stairs. That
yep,
looked nasty.
yes it did. That suplex was nasty. Uh Brian Keefe versus Adam Page. It was a bit of a weird match, but Adam Page came out on top. Wasn't a squash, but it wasn't a long match either.
Gotcha.
Who else? Oh, and then after that, there was a promo that was cut. What's his name comes out? Swerve comes out, and Prince Nana, and they're just saying the same thing. They're calling people out. They're calling MJF out. We're coming after you. We're coming after the belt. Um, and during that promo, Kenny Omega comes out. His music comes out. It comes out the fireworks. They're all three talking in the ring, and Kenny says the same thing. I'm after championship gold too. Max, you've got a long line of people that want to take that belt from you, so you better be ready. And whether I have to face friend or foe, they told me I have to win a couple of matches before I can get in contention. If I end up fighting y'all, just know that it's business. I'm here to take care of business, and that's it. So, uh, yeah, the Hangman and Kenny shook hands, but Swerve just had to look him up and down with a mean face and walked out of the ring, and that was that.
He
Uh,
mean mugged him or what?
huh?
He mean mugged him?
Hard, hard. After that, Brody King cut a promo in the back with some dude, Jonathan Cruz, and they ended up having an impromptu match. And Brody King defeated Jonathan Cruz. That was a squash match. They've been doing a lot of squash matches on Brody, but they're making Brody look really strong. So that's a good thing. Gotta get the hype back on there. But he is also proud and happy for his buddy Bandito because Bandito was fighting MJF for the world title at the end of Carnage. That was the headliner match. But Brody did say on the mic, if you win that championship, please let me know if I'm first in line because I would love to face you for the belt. So after we get that, we get the AEW World Tag Team Four-Way Championship number one contender match. So you got four tag teams that were going at it. The Don Callis family, Jake Doyle and Mark Davis versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson versus Jet Speed, Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight versus Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. And for being a hell of a fucking match that was all over the place, inside and outside of the ring, the Don Callis family, Jake Doyle and Mark Davis, took this match. So they are the number one contenders to fight FTR for their belts.
And Jake Doyle's new because he was in TNA as Jake something.
Correct. Jake Doyle is new to AEW. He's not a new wrestler. He's been doing it for quite some time. And to pair him up with Mark Davis and the way they dressed him, they kind of made it look like they were brothers of destruction. So, and not literally Kane and Undertaker, but more they're a pairing that were meant to be put together. So I say kudos to that because that's gonna be pretty cool. But I just think it's kind of soon to already. I get it. They're the new toy right now, but to really just kind of push them on to give them a championship match out of nowhere, kind of
I think it's because I mean Tony Khan gives every new star at least an opportunity for a belt. He
yeah,
does, right?
yeah,
Every new signee, and Jake something, aka or now known as Jake Doyle.
Doyle.
Like you're right,
Well,
he's not
Doyle
he's
rules.
he's not new, but to come in and be a he's a big beefy dude too. So him coming in immediately joining the Don Callis family, like who isn't in this faction at this point? This could be an NWO situation. Hopefully not, but they're gonna give him a run. They're gonna give him a run. So
Yep. Let's see how this works out. Uh, After that, we have the trios match. Women's trios match. The Triangle of Baddies. Tekla, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. I heard that one coined on the internet, so I was going with it. The Triangle of Madness, aka the Triangle of Baddies, versus Chris Statlander and the Babes of Wrath, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. And crazy enough, with all the nonsense that was going on in this match, the Triangle of Baddies came out on top.
let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
Why the hell did Chris Statlander push Willow and take the fucking hit and
To
get
show,
pinned as and she's your women's heavyweight champion,
I guess, who pinned her? Tekla.
Tekla?
So they're trying to make Tekla look bigger.
I agree. I
They're
agree.
trying to push because they don't have a real heel to really push on right now to go after Statlander, and to also show the budding relationship between the two of, you know, I'm in your good graces. I'm saving you, champ.
I am not a fan of the women's heavyweight champion saving the person who doesn't sell, who is your current TBS and one half of the women's tag team. That is not cool. That is shitty booking to me. That is some of the I would say the pitfall
Oh,
of Tony Khan. Oh, there you
oh, let's
go.
the triple threat.
I would say that is the pitfall of Tony Khan's booking currently is saving Willow for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah.
And I get it. You said you just took the words out of my mouth. Making Tekla look strong versus Chris Statlander, but for her to save Willow makes no fucking sense to me. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
that is not something that I could push. All the other bookings, all those other matches have sounded fantastic, and they were.
Hmm.
So it's just and that is interesting to me to fucking sacrifice your heavyweight champion for your TBS champion. So
Yeah.
and then the
Oh,
last match,
the AEW World Championship, MJF versus Bandito. MJF came out on top, winning his match. Oh, there's the Righteous. The Righteous are coming after the Hardys in the background.
They're fighting for tag team belts on the pay-per-view this weekend at
Genesis.
Genesis.
Yep. So
But
of course they're
you
making themselves known.
did you see that MJF kudoed Bandito? He said, "Hey man, this guy is gonna be a world heavyweight champion. But now that I said that, I have to do this." And he just beat the fuck out
Hmm.
of him. But that's the first time that I can recall that MJF had gave anyone kudos after the match, after having that battle.
Right.
And he's had battles with a lot of big names, a lot of studs in the wrestling business, and for him to say that about Bandito, that's a good sign for Bandito for the future, right? He's young.
Hmm.
He still your ROH heavyweight champion?
He is.
So he currently does kind of hold lineage in the Ring of Honor realm, but obviously they're pushing him more in AEW, and I think just giving him the MJF, the current AEW champion, giving him the nod is a definite plus for him currently. So I think bigger things are going to happen for Bandito in 2026. Seems like.
Hmm.
So that's what's up.
Yeah, and that was day one of Maximum Carnage. Day two is coming on Saturday, and like we said, there is a spoiler already out that the trios belts have changed due to the fact that Powerhouse Hobbs is no longer with AEW.
Do they
His
have any
contract.
matches like listed out so far for that by
Let me
chance?
let me find out. Let me see what I can see here. AEW shows Maximum Carnage.
Because they
Uh,
filmed it already, right? Correct.
they did film day two,
Hmm.
and okay, so I have matches here, but it doesn't say who's won what.
Yeah.
So we've got number one contender for the AEW National Championship, Ricochet's belt, Jungle Jack Perry versus Anthony Bowens. Penelope Ford is making her return to the ring with Megan Bain versus Viva Van and Danielle Camella.
So she's back
So
from injury.
she's back from injury. She will be fighting
That's good to
on
see.
Collision.
That's good to see. I want to see him win the tag team belts.
Yes, and then we have the trios match of the Don Callis family: Kyle Fletcher, Josh Alexander, and El Clone versus Skyflight, who's Scorpio Sky, Dante Martin, and Darius Martin. And then you have, uh, as part of Skyflight, Zeta Steel. She called out Marina Shafir, so they're going to have a match. In a promo that happened during Dynamite, Zeta did say that she is the bully who bullies bullies. So we're gonna see how that
Interesting.
works out.
If she doesn't win,
She
it make
she,
her
she bullies bullies. So
if she
she's
doesn't win, that moniker completely lost all its luster.
yep. She's the one who bullies bullies. So that's what she's calling out. Oh, there's Frankie talking shit to AJ. Where you
I
been?
I
You
know they've
been
been
over
saying,
there? Well, I'm the one that the WWE may be the house that AJ built, but I'm holding up the house that I built.
and
What do
then
you think about
Kazarian's
that?
like, I'm the face that runs the place here, big dog.
Yeah. That's what he's like. I'm the one that's running the show over here. What do you got to say about it with your country accent? Uh, I'll tell you what your actual country accent is. Then we also have Eddie Kingston and his buddy Ortiz versus
They brought back Ortiz
the
finally, right? I saw a vignette of him. Interesting.
yep grizzled young veterans Zach Gibson and James Drake.
Hey, speaking about Ortiz, his former partner Mike Santana is about to fight for the championship tonight versus Kazarian.
Correct, because Mike Santana was the champ, and Frankie Kazarian had a briefcase and pulled it
Cashed
out on
in.
Santana, cashed in, and took it off of him. Yep. So if I read correctly, tonight's show, if Santana beats Frankie Kazarian, he gets a title shot at Genesis. If Frankie beats Mike Santana, something else happens, and I forgot what it was.
I thought tonight was for the championship, so that is for Genesis if he wins.
Yeah, correct. It's not for the championship tonight. Or I could be wrong. Maybe they have changed that. Next match on the Collision Maximum Carnage card, Andrade El Idolo makes his returning debut to AEW versus Angelico. So
His
that's gonna be
debut
his
the,
debut of the debut
of a debut.
of the debut. Correct. And then you have the AEW World Trios Championship match of the Op, Samoa Joe, Shibata, and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Kevin Knight, Mike Bennett, and Hangman Adam Page. I don't know why they have Mike Bennett here. It's not Mike Bennett. It's fucking Speedball Mike Bailey
And Hangman.
and Hangman. Hangman is the third guy in
So
the
they're
group.
they're the new trios champs.
Correct.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, you lose one belt, and what do they say? A door closes, a window opens. Here's the window to get right back into the title contention by being a trios champ.
I don't know about a window, but I know one door closes, another one opens.
A
I never
window
heard of one.
opens. You never heard that one? Yes, that is one of the sayings. A door closes, another door opens. But if you want to get like a smaller piece of it, it's one door closes, a window opens. You can sneak right back in.
Uh,
Interesting. So Revolution's coming up in March, correct? That is our
yes,
next
it
major
is.
pay-per-view.
Uh, yes, it is. Their next pay per view. Sorry, I was trying to see if there was anything else that was on the.
I know Grand Slam's coming up in Mexico, correct?
No. Let me pull it up. Give me just a sec. Uh, Stop it. Events, AEW pay per view schedule. So we have Maximum Carnage going on this weekend. Grand Slam Australia
Australia.
on
Okay.
Valentine's Day. So that's AEW Grand Slam Australia on Saturday, February 14th,
That's a
Sydney,
month from
Australia.
now. It's a month from now. So
Uh-huh. And then you have AEW Revolution, which is 2 months from now, March 15th, 2026.
dang. Okay. So that's coming. These months fly by. It's already half of the beginning of the year, the first month
Hmm.
of the year. So things are going.
Things are going, and it's going to be good to see what else they got in store because their next pay per view after that is April 5th, and that's Dynasty, and that's a couple weeks before. Uh,
WrestleMania.
huh?
So AEW is putting pay-per-views back to back essentially in March and April, but they don't have anything for the first 2 months of the year. Interesting. Like real pay-per-views, not TV pay-per-views.
No, they kind of held back till for Revolution.
Nice. Do
Yep,
you do
and
you do you
then
think
the
any
other
belts
one,
change? Do you think any belts change from here to Revolution?
I don't know. Till Revolution, no. At Revolution, possibly. But the other one, the other special event or pay per view that's on this list is AEW All In, and it's in London, August 30th. So you're gonna have to have some movement with belts between now and August because if you're this is one of your big daddy shows in August, yeah, you definitely want some. You want something to change so that way something else changes in August.
Let me ask
If
you
that
this.
makes
Do
sense.
you, and this is a I would say an open-ended question. Do you think MJF holds it till All In?
I think he'll be champion all year.
Okay. I,
I
I
think,
agree. I agree. I was just curious on do you think that it was gonna flip because like you said just a second ago, he has a long line of competitors, not nobodies,
mm-mm,
former champions, right? He has a list right now of just three former champions: Swerve, Omega, Hangman,
mm-hmm. I think it's interesting that they're showing the
Christopher
old
Daniel,
school.
yeah, and
Yeah,
Sanjay who worked for
there was
AEW.
Shark Boy, Morrissey Machine Guns, Creed.
Creed.
Yeah, how was his name? What was his name? Fucking something Creed.
It was Austin Creed.
Wasn't Austin Creed. TNA.
It was Austin Creed because he had the fucking Apollo Creed gimmick.
Master by Gear.
Just look on Wikipedia. It'll tell you all his old gimmicks.
Was he there already? Hold on. I'm looking up the roster by year. I think it was before that. Oh yeah, it was Austin Creed, but he had another fucking name. Uh Consequences Creed. That's why. That's how I remember him. Consequences Creed, because that was well, it says he was under that moniker from February 2008 to March 2010. Consequences Creed. His first ever name was Austin Watson, which is his real name.
He said the ring names was the Batman, Austin Creed, Consequences Creed, Rashid Lucius Creed, King Woods, and Xavier Woods.
Hmm. Yeah, King Woods because he won the fucking.
Yeah, King of the Ring,
Yeah, you go.
the Batman.
AJ Francis. Why is he even still a thing? Get out of wrestling is what you should do.
He knows how to work the fucking gimmick table, bro.
I
That's
guess
what it
so.
is. That's what it is.
If you say so.
Well, I mean, we can start winding it down. I mean, there's a lot of wrestling. You're watching right now in the background the debut of TNA
That's right.
AMC, which is pretty fucking cool. So we talk about wrestling every day of the week. We'll add some more wrestling into the week.
Yep.
Add some more. So I'm looking forward to what's happening this year. We're still in the realm of we don't know because well we don't know. There's a lot of things happening in every company, major and small.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty pumped, man. This is looking out. This is the beginning of the year and it's already looking to fucking heat up. And we're going into the fall, the spring, and then next thing you know we're in the summer, and then we're back in the fall and winter. So it's happening. I don't think I and I'm throwing this out there right now. I don't think there's going to be a low this year because if one company's dropping the ball, I think there's many other companies who can run with it. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty psyched to see what does happen, how everything plays out. But all you can do is just stay tuned. All right, that's all you can do, and you just stay tuned for more stories, more violence at this point.
You damn right. Because if you didn't already know, we are the podcast that hits back, brother.
Woo!